Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Tech India. In this video, we are going to start a new series for AWS Solution Architect. This series will be very helpful for you in clearing the certification exam, that is AWS Solution Architect. You will be getting most of the questions not just like these, but from the series itself. Not just question, even the options will also be same that you will be getting in your actual exam. So you should follow this series thoroughly if you want to clear this exam with good score. So let's start this video with the first question of the series. A company collects data for temperature, humidity, and atmospheric pressure in cities across multiple continents. The average volume of data that company collects from each site daily is 500 GB. Each site has a high-speed internet connection. The company want to aggregate the data from all these global sites as quickly as possible in a single Amazon S3 bucket. The solution must minimize operational complexity. Which solution meet these requirements? Here are the options. First, go through all these options. Try to understand the scenario. The requirement of the question is that data should be collected from multiple sites in a single S3 bucket. It has high speed internet connection and 500 GB is approximate data. So now go through all the options. Okay, now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be option A. Turn on S3 transfer acceleration on the destination S3 bucket. Use multi-part upload to directly upload site data to the destination S3 bucket. This one is correct because S3 transfer acceleration supports high speed transfer in each location and you can upload it immediately. And that is the requirement of the question. So this option A is correct. And option B is not correct because upload data from each site to S3 bucket in the closest region, then use cross region replication to copy object to destination S3 bucket, then remove data from origin S3 bucket. It is not minimizing the operational complexity that is requirement of the question. And then scheduling snowball age on daily basis from each site is not ideal approach that you should follow. And upload data to Amazon EC2, then to EBS, then at regular interval create a snapshot, then restore the EBS in that region. It is also not the ideal approach because we have to minimize the operational complexity that it is not doing. So option A is correct here. Now question number second. A company need the ability to analyze the log files of its proprietary application. The logs are stored in JSON format in an Amazon S3 bucket. Queries will be simple and will run on demand. A solution architect need to perform the analysis with minimal changes to the existing architecture. What should the solution architect do to meet these requirements with the least amount of operational overhead? Here are the options. Go through all these options and the requirement is that logs are stored in Amazon S3 and queries will be simple and run on demand. So now take your time to guess the correct one. Okay, now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be option C. Use Amazon Arena directly with Amazon S3 to run the queries as needed. Because Amazon Athena is interactive query service that makes it easy to analyze data directly in Amazon S3 using standard SQL. With a few actions in AWS Management Console, you can point Amazon Athena at your data stored in Amazon S3 and then you can start using a standard SQL to run ad hoc queries and get results in seconds. So this will be the most ideal approach over here. Now question number third. A company uses AWS organization to manage multiple AWS accounts for different departments. The management account has an Amazon S3 bucket that contains project reports. The company wants to limit access to S3 bucket to only users of account within the organization in AWS organizations. Which solution meet these requirements with the least amount of operational overhead? Here are the options. Go through all these options, take your time, and then get the correct answer. And the requirement is that least amount of operational overhead. Now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be option A. Add AWS principal or ID global condition with a reference to the organization ID to the S3 bucket policy. Because the thing is that AWS provides condition keys that you can query to provide more granular control over certain actions. And there are two condition keys that are especially useful with AWS organization. First one is principal org ID and second one is principal org path. And principal org ID, that is the option over here. It simplifies specifying the principal element in a resource based policy. This global key provides an alternative to listing all the AWS account IDs for all AWS accounts in an organization. Instead of listing all the AWS accounts that are member of organization, you can specify the organization ID in the condition element. And that is what we are doing in this option. So this one is correct over here. Now question number 4. An application run on an Amazon EC2 instance in VPC. The application processes logs that are stored in Amazon S3 bucket. The EC2 instance need to access the S3 bucket without connectivity to the internet. Which solution will provide the private network connectivity to an Amazon S3 bucket? Here are the options. And this one should be easy one for you. The requirement of the question is simple. EC2 instance need to access S3 bucket but without internet connectivity. That's it. Now take your time to guess the correct one. The correct answer here will be option A, create a gateway VPC endpoint to the S3 bucket. Because VPC endpoint allows you to connect to AWS services using a private network instead of using the public internet. And this is not just about S3 connectivity. Whatever service of AWS you want to connect, whether it is SSM or it could be any other thing, you can use VPC endpoints to connect to that service even without internet. You must have heard about SSM connectivity used in Session Manager. Even if your instance does not have public IP, even it does not have net gateway, even then you will be able to connect to your instance using Session Manager if you have created the VPC endpoints in that particular region. I will make a proper video about the Session Manager in the later part. However, that is not much important as far as solution architect certification is considered. Now, question number 5. A company is hosting a web application on AWS using a single Amazon EC2 instance that stores user uploaded documents in an Amazon EBS. For better scalability and availability, the company duplicated architecture and created a second EC2 instance and EBS volume in another availability zone, placing both behind an application load balancer. After completing this change, user reported that each time they refresh the website, they could see one subset of their document or the other, but never all the document at the same time. What should a solution architect propose to ensure users see all their document at once? So what is happening here? Customer had one EC2 instance and one EBS, right? But now they have created another EC2 instance and another EBS. So they are behind an load balancer. So what is happening? Either the request is going to this one or this one. And what actually is happening? Some data is there in this set of pair of EBS and EC2 and rest of data is with this set. So if request is going to this one, they are able to see one part. If requests are going to this one, they are able to see another part of the website, right? So due to this, the issue that is there in this question. So here are the options. Now I hope you will be able to answer this. I hope you have gone through all the options. However, you can pause the video if you think if you are getting lesser time. But now let me please reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be option C. Copy the data from the EBS, that is from both the EBS, because data is distributed in both the EBS, to Amazon EFS. Modify the application to save new document to Amazon EFS. And why is that? Because when concurrent or at the same time keyword is there, then Amazon EFS will be the correct answer. Because the thing is that EFS can be shared by both the instances, but not the EBS volumes. Due to that reason, EFS will be the correct answer over here. So friends, this was all in this video. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great learning. And please do subscribe this channel Tech India.